and then became one of the writers of the Texas Constitution. In 1836, Borden first printed the new Constitution in his paper, just a few days after the fall of the Alamo. At the bottom of the page, in large letters, he added the most stirring slogan in American history, "Remember the Alamo." Being a statesman and journalist wasn't enough for the talented Mr. Borden. He was also a scientist and inventor. And his greatest discovery was the first successful process for condensing and canning fresh milk. Fortunately, Elsie the cow, the Borden's milk logo, didn't mosey onto the scene until well after Mr. Borden's death. The state of Texas might still belong to Mexico today if some ad man of the time had decided to combine all of Gail Borden's accomplishments into one massive campaign, featuring the most stirring advertising slogan of all time. Remember the Alamo. Actually, advertising has been going to war ever since man learned how to write and fight. Often defined as the art of persuasion, advertising has long been used to sell ideas and concepts as well as merchandise. This use of advertising reached its sophisticated peak during the terrible wars of the 20th century. With the use of colorful posters and patriotic music, citizens on all sides of every conflict were persuaded that their cause was the one that was just. It was called propaganda. For the flag, cried France, and the posters vowed, they shall not pass. But the Germans, with a fist of iron, insisted, this is the way to peace. Endurance, strength, and energy became the bywords for the German army. And the deadly efficient U-boats of the German Navy were praised and glorified. Finally, the United States was drawn in, and the James Montgomery flag poster of the stern-faced Uncle Sam saying, I want you, became the most famous war poster of all time. The British, the Italians, and even the Germans were quick to make their own versions of the effective American poster, while the French vowed, we will get them. Stirring war music became a major part of the propaganda campaigns, and songs like George M. Cohan's Over There are still known the world over.
I've been asked to sing a verse and chorus of a little marching song of mine the boys adopted more or less during the war. I don't have to tell you I'm not much of a vocalist, but I'll do the best I can with it.
Over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the drums coming everywhere. So prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Say a prayer, send the word to beware. We'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there.
Some other songs were, fortunately, not quite so enduring. Something called Good Morning, Mr. Zip, Zip, Zip apparently served as an introduction to life in the Army.
Freedom for the land we love the best. We've left our occupation and home so far and near. But when the going's rather rough, we raise this song of cheer. Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 with your haircut just as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 you're surely looking fine. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust, if the camels don't get you, the Fatima's must. Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 with your haircut just as short as, haircut just as short as, haircut just as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 with your haircut just as short as mine. Good morning, Mr. Zip, 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 you're surely looking fine. Ashes to ashes and dust to dust. If the camels don't get you, the Fatimas must. Oh, give me the dip, dip, dip. With your haircut if you don't have, haircut if you don't have, haircut if you don't have mine.
We don't want the bacon. All we want is a piece of the Rhine. Sent American doughboys off toward Germany's Rhine River.
And we have always held our own with any foe. We've always brought the bacon home, no matter what they've done. But we don't want the bacon now. We're out to get the Hun. We don't want the bacon. We don't want the bacon. What we want is a piece of the Rhine. We'll hit Bill Kaiser on the head and make him wiser. We'll have a wonderful time. All will have the growth. We'll just have it close when we hit that Hindenburg line. We don't want the bacon. We don't want the bacon. What we want is a piece of the Rhine.
In case it may have slipped your mind, Italy was on the same side as America during the First World War. And the stirring song, When Tony Goes Over the Top, was meant to be a tribute to American soldiers of Italian descent. With such lyrics as, when Tony goes over the top, keep your eyes on that fighting wop, there seems little doubt as to the reason Italy entered the Second War on the side of the Germans.
When Tony goes over the top, up the stairs, he's no thinks of the barber shop. He grabs the gun, chases the Hun, make him a run like a son of a gun. Ah, you bet your life he never stops. When Tony goes over the top, up the stairs, keep your eyes on the fighting wop. With the fire in his eye, he'll capture the kite. He don't care if he dies. When Tony goes over the top.
Even before the First War ended, the Russian Revolution had begun, and posters were once again in the front line. And just an historical moment later, the people of Germany were being persuaded to follow a new leader named Adolf Hitler. He promised them a people's car, a Volkswagen. And that under his banner, Germany would live again. With the best techniques of advertising and persuasion, the youth of Germany were asked to follow the Führer, who had himself idealized as a shining knight bearing the flag of a new order. Propaganda posters persuaded the populace that the true enemy of Germany was the eternal Jew. War was soon to follow. And once again, the propagandists were urging the men and women of all nations to fight for their countries. Join the SS, pleaded Hitler, or the Hermann Goering Tank Division. Victory will be ours, promised the posters. Under Winston Churchill, Britain vowed to hold the line against the advancing Germans, and backing up the men in battle became a recurrent theme. With the bombing of Pearl Harbor, the United States was in the war, and so were the American ad men.
Let's remember Pearl Harbor.
Avenge December 7th, urged the posters.
Let's remember Pearl Harbor as we did the Alamo. We will all
And James Montgomery Flagg returned to urge men to join the Marines.
liberty. Let's remember Pearl Harbor and go on.
Sex was a much-used weapon in the wartime propaganda battles, especially by the Japanese and Germans. This leaflet was showered on Australian troops fighting in the Pacific while American soldiers were stationed in Australia.